The Catskill Mountain change color at different times of the years. Many people think that they are magic mountains. It is 1769, in a village near the Catskill lives a friendly man. His name is Rip Van Winkle. Rip loves doing notes all day. But when the men of the village ask Rip for help on their farm, he always goes and helps them. And when the woman of the village asks Rip for help, he never says no. He always reads to do his neighbors' work, but he never works in his farm.
The Van Winkles have two wild children, Rip and Judith. Young Rip always wears her father old clothes. Morning and night, Mr. Van Winkle tells him that he is lazy. Rip never answers her. This makes her angry. One day, Rip leaves his wife at the farm. He calls his dog, Wolf, and they go for a walk in the mountains. In the late afternoon, Rip sits on of the mountains for a long time. He watches the beautiful Hudson River. Soon the sky is dark. Rip's wife always gets angry when he comes home late, so he must have leave now. When he goes down the mountain, Rip meets a stranger. The man has something on his back. The stranger is very tall. He's fat, his hair is wild, and he's wearing old Dutch clothes. He wants Rip to carry the barrel.
Rip was up the mountains with the man. Sometimes he carries the barrel to help him to the strange-sized mountains. After a time, they meet a number of men in the mountains. They are all playing an old Dutch game and wear old Dutch clothes. The man with the barrel gives them a drink. Everything is cute. Nobody smiles and nobody speaks when the man begins to play again. Rip has a drink. He feels thirsty, so he drinks more and more. Soon Rip is tired, his ears close, and he goes to sleep.
When Rip is a sunny morning, oh no, he hears my wife don't like my to sleep out from home. Rip remembers his night on the mountain. He stands up, but friends he can't move very easily. And very rough is the village. Some children loud at him. The buglers, the people and their clothes are all different. People are proud. He finds the house and his wife and children. He doesn't understand. Just then, she hands to and feels she has a long-eyed bird.
He hands the villager in. Over the door pictures of King George has new clothes and a new name, George Washington. He doesn't know any of the people in front of the inn. Does nobody here know Rip Van Winkle? He asked. Yes, that's Rip Van Winkle. Next to the tree, one man says, Rip sees a young man in his clothes. Is that me? He thinks. But before old Rip can speak to him, a young woman next to him says to her baby, Cat Rip. He hears the baby's name and turns to her.
What's your name? He asks. Judith, she answers. What's your father's name? He's from Winkle, she says. And where is he? Nobody knows. She says after he asked into the mountains 20 years ago. And your mother? He asks. She's dead, she just says. Then he laughs. I am your father, he cries. Young Rip Van Winkle, then old Rip Van Winkle now. Don't any of you know me? An old woman looks into Rip's face. Yes, it's Rip Van Winkle, she says. After 20 years, welcome home, old friend. Rip tells his story of the man in the dusty clothes and their strange game in the mountains. So many people think he's mad. But the old man cries. I think it's old Rip's story. It's true. Every 20 years, they say the ghost of the Dutch explorer Henry Hudson comes back with his men to the Catskill. So the stranger in all the Dutch clothes were Hudson and his men. So old Rip goes to live with Judith, and his son goes to work on the old farm sometimes. And every day, without his wife there in, has a drink and tell his strange story to the visitors staying there.